going ahead, VT. And as Southend take the field, the chances of a cup upset here at Roots Hall have been increased by the dramatic change in the weather late this afternoon. It only began snowing in Southend at tea time, but look how much has fallen since then. And the referee had the ground stuff out, clearing the lines. Indeed, they're still finishing the job as the players take the field. The crowd should be over 30,000 because Southend sold 31,000 tickets for this cup tie, and those people have paid record receipts for Southend of £36,500 for the privilege of seeing Liverpool, the First Division leaders, make their third visit to Roots Hall. They were here twice in the 1950s, although then Liverpool were in the Second Division. They played here in the FA Cup in 1957 and Southend beat them 2-1, and they came back the following year, and in a replay Liverpool beat Southend 3-2. Well, Derek Parker was just a baby in those days, but now he's a goal-scoring centre-forward with Southend, and he has a flair for producing goals in the Cup. 2 against Derby in last year's third round, and on the target again, Parker, in the first and second rounds this season. Graham Souness marks an anniversary by playing his first FA Cup tie for Liverpool. It was exactly a year ago today that he was signed from Middlesbrough, and he was signed just a few days after Liverpool's FA Cup exit last season, which was in the third round at Chelsea by 4-2. Liverpool's last match was on Boxing Day, and that's the team that beat Manchester United. Bob Paisley makes no changes. That means that David Fairclough keeps the number 9 shirt in preference to Steve Heighway, who's the substitute. And at number 3, the England captain, Emlyn Hughes, keeps his place in this club side, even though Alan Kennedy is now fit again. Now Southend, who are 8th in the third division, having been promoted last season, play a 4-3-3 formation. Their manager David Smith has had success wherever he's been in football, and his side includes 4 players you may remember from other clubs. There's Mickey Stead, the right back, who played for Spurs. Steve Yates, number 3, was at Leicester. Then in the attack, the number 11, Jerry Fell, he was signed from Brighton. And keep an eye too on number 7, Colin Morris, a tricky winger who began his career with Burnley. Referee Keith Hackett was very happy about the pitch itself underneath the snow when he inspected it. It's pretty soft under the covering. The players able to wear a stud, most of them, and he gets the match underway, concerned mostly about the lines, which at the start seemed clear enough. Liverpool are in the all-dark strip, Southend in the white shorts. That was Stead. Now it's Phil Neal, looking for McDermott, number 10. See how the ball slowed up there on the snow. Still McDermott. Case. Dalglish turning. What a scramble, Dalglish! Well, the conditions obviously won't help defenders, particularly when players like Dalglish try to turn quickly. He fouled there as he did so, but Bob Paisley, the manager, pointed out to me before the match that it'll be very slow sometimes, the ball on this snow, and it certainly slowed up there to stay in play for Liverpool. As Fell, Souness, Hughes. Liverpool looking for the long ball out of defence. Probably the safest ball in these conditions too. This is Hadley for Southend. Referee insisted on the orange ball, which in the circumstances was the only one possible, really. Ray Kennedy with the throw. Dalglish, number 7, good turn. Oh, there's danger here, offside though, I would think. Jimmy Case came in. Would have thought there was an offside there when the ball was first played through. Just see here how Dalglish turned there, waited for Case to make the run on the far side, closing, and you didn't quite catch him, but I think he was in an offside position, and a free kick was given. Dudley, McDermott, Dalglish, Fairclough through the centre, number 9. Dalglish very evident in the opening minutes. It's a good header by Fell to Parker. Here's Pountney. Oh, well seen by Phil Thompson. First division class showed there. There's McDermott out to Case. Number 10, McDermott. Oh, good running on this side by Dalglish. Souness. Dalglish. Got Dudley shadowing him at the moment. Here's Souness. What a tremendous volley by Case. Parker. Yates. Here's Parker again. These Southend players relishing the chance to come to terms on the same pitch with the European champions. Been looking forward to this match, Southend, ever since the draw was made, and the fans likewise. They get a free kick there. That went straight through Hughes and Pountney. Two players in the picture there behind Souness. Here's Ray Kennedy. McDermott nicely touched. Souness, Case. Further down the right is Fairclough. Yates was with him. Big centre half, Hadley coming forward and perhaps taking a chance there. There's Moody. Pountney. Dudley. Again they're a little bit square. Southend were looking for the through ball. And Alan Hansen has got Morris to cope with. Pulled his shirt perhaps, but Morris has got advantage here. The Southend fans are packed deep and steep behind that goal that Clemence is defending. Liverpool fans at the other end. Dudley. They do find their men well with these passes, the third division side. Here's Fell. And Ray Kennedy. Liverpool prepared to funnel back and then play on the break, but this is Moody for Southend. Phil Thompson. Kennedy. McDermott. Case in his usual position, pretty wide on the right. So McDermott again for Liverpool. Dalglish. Good challenge that was by Case. Certainly a night for brave men. As the snow starts to fall rather more heavily, it's Phil Neal with Morris in pursuit. Just got to play the way you're facing on a pitch like this, which is what Neal did there. Well, they may be very cold, but they're very curious and very excited about watching Liverpool play here at Southend. It's a match with all the makings of a typical third-round tie. A team in Southend have got a chance to make a name for themselves against a side who've been doing that for many, many years. Neal. Is away by Stead. Fairclough. Touched on to McDermott. Here's Souness. Oh, right the way across and hooked away by Pountney, number 8, from the feet of Ray Kennedy. So a corner to Liverpool. McDermott, Hughes. Hansen. Southend have spent their whole football life in the 3rd and 4th divisions. Fairclough and Hadley. Hansen. Dalglish will get a free kick there against Stead. Dalglish hasn't scored a goal for Liverpool since the middle of October, which is surprising when you bear in mind how he started off the season, scoring in nearly every match. He's still the top scorer for all that. 20 minutes gone, no score here. Hughes takes the kick. Ray Kennedy. And a break on for Southend. Jerry Fell looking for Parker, number 9. Anxiety took over there, but it was promising, that approach play by the home side. That's come to Phil Dudley. Good ball, Parker. Fell waits in the centre, and away by McDermott, as far as Yates anyway. Laverick. Well done. That was set up for Dudley to shoot. Dudley, local boy, only 19. Took that quite nicely. Laverick it was with the overhead kick, which was very useful in those circumstances. The ball came right out to Dudley, and from 25 yards, he had Clemence stretching a bit. See the familiar faces there of Joe Fagan and Ronnie Moran in the red tracksuits. Oh, here's Parker. He's got a break on here, and Clemence was brilliant. It's come to Fell, and the chance may have gone. And if it has, what a great chance it was. Here's Stead, though. Souness. Well, Liverpool, as is their habit sometimes, were caught square. The ricochet put Parker through, and Clemence, well, that may have looked as if it was an orthodox save, but it was a marvellous piece of anticipation, and it was England stuff, really. International class goalkeeping in the snow at Southend. Parker will blame himself for missing the chance, but a lot of it is down to the goalkeeper. That was Laverick. And now Pountney and Kennedy. That's going to be quite an interesting little tussle, that, on the left side of the Liverpool midfield. Souness. Dalglish. Oh, that certainly wasn't international form. It's a free kick against him, in fact. So Southend made the first true chance of the match. Good header on, Pountney. Wide to Morris. Fell waiting in the middle. Getting up well, Parker did too. Parker who got the touch, number 9. And Southend, for these few minutes, in the ascendancy. free kick's been given. That was Stead on Kennedy, but Liverpool have been rocking a little bit. Southend have made one very good chance and had a couple of other things knocked away inside the Liverpool penalty area. Now it's their turn to defend. Liverpool have the free kick. Oh, he's dropped it, and Case, no! Referee's given a free kick anyway for the challenge on the goalkeeper, use of the arms. Free kick floated in, Cawston comes for the ball, and as he does so, perhaps the arm went up there from the Liverpool player, Case it was, impeding the goalkeeper, so a free kick. That was Stead, this is Hughes, McDermott, Kennedy. About 5 minutes left in the first half. Fell, Morris and Hansen. This is Fell. Having a useful first half is Jerry Fell. He got a free kick there. There was a foul by Jimmy Case, and I think the referee's going to show him the card. He has shown him the card. Case challenging Fell unfairly, and that's the first booking. I've got a feeling Case has been booked more than usual this season. Parker calling. Header by Pountney, now Morris. Oh, straight at Yates by Case. Moody. A strange ball by Hansen, and Souness not given very much time to deal with that. And there's a slightly nasty one from a Southend tackle this time. McDermott was the man who went down. It was Alan Moody, the captain, who was responsible. And here's the opposite captain, Hughes. Dalglish turning again. Oh, what a miss kick. Case. Yates recovered from it well, though. Still Case. And away by Stead. It was Yates' error in the first place, but he recovered well, but for Southend had to give away the corner. Ken Dalglish. And a free kick to Liverpool again. So Hansen can stay forward. Hughes to take it. Driven low and flicked across first by Dalglish. Well cleared though by Laverick. This is Case. It's about being first in conditions like this, and Cawston has certainly responded well. Good kick from him too, the Southend goalkeeper. Case. McDermott. Chances few and far between in this first half. Southend with the best opportunity, which fell to Parker, but no goals. Plenty of snow. Hansen. Fairclough not having much joy in the air against the taller figure of Tony Hadley on the ball now. Very highly rated in the third division as a centre-half is Hadley in the picture there. He was a player I was talking about yesterday to Alan Durbin, who was manager at Shrewsbury before he went to Stoke, and he said that Hadley's one of the best number 5s in the division. Fairclough, foul. Fairclough's pace, one of his chief assets. If he can get away from people, he'll cause problems. Referee didn't give the free kick, but anyway, it was a throw to Liverpool. McDermott. Hansen. Kennedy. Found a way through there, Ray Kennedy. Right at the end of the first half. Goalkeeper was very well placed. Southend must be pleased with their first half performance here. The third division team done all that's been asked of them, except perhaps take the one chance that came their way, and that's the situation at half-time. Southend 0, Liverpool 0. The players adapting very well to difficult conditions and giving that packed crowd a lot to think about and a lot to get very interested in, even though there were no goals. And certainly the third division team showing up well in first division company. Hansen, Yates, Neal, Souness trying to find a way through, but Yates covering well again. That was McDermott. Right in the sky, and then in the safe hands of Mervyn Cawston from McDermott. Dudley, that's meant for Parker. Phil Thompson's tackle, and a very important one. Parker almost breaking through the centre there as he did in the first half. Thompson stopped him. This is Hughes now for Liverpool. Dalglish. Case. Oh, straight in again. Oh, he took it away from him, and Fairclough's shot was blocked. Dalglish took it away from Ray Kennedy, really. Souness is back in there. McDermott, and away wide. Well, Fairclough had the final shot, but I think something else was meant there. When the cross first came in from Jimmy Case, Kennedy was coming in well, but Dalglish headed the ball right away from him, straight to Fairclough, whose shot was blocked. Free kick against Kennedy, foul on Pountney. Still Southend very much in the match. Hansen again, powerful in the air. Pountney, Stead. Fairclough on the left this time. In fact, he spent more time out there in the second half than he did in the first. Perhaps finds that side of the pitch fairly easy compared with this near side. Danger in these conditions is that one part of the pitch can get a lot harder than the other. Fairclough over on the left wing for the time being. So it'll be Ray Kennedy finally with the throw. Fairclough, away by Moody. So a string of throws on the far side to Liverpool. Southend have got to keep their concentration because Dalglish is darting around up there. That was Stead in the way. Kennedy again. And again. Well, Kennedy thought it was a foul and picked the ball up, and it's probably been penalised for handball, I would imagine. Fairclough on the chase, Moody is the defender. Liverpool making steady progress down that left-hand side these last few minutes. They've just edged forward a bit. Hughes with the throw. Here's Dalglish. Hughes again. And the ball attracted to that far touchline at the moment, rather like a magnet. Now it's Fairclough. Back to Hughes. Cawston doing the wisest and safest thing. Emlyn Hughes once scored a goal like that last season in Lisbon against Benfica. It's going to be a quick corner though. Here's Case. Oh, and Cawston thought about coming, and then Hansen's header found him in the right place. Hansen getting back. Thompson. "20 minutes to go, still Southend 0, Liverpool 0. The ball ricochets off Jerry Fell. Oh, Clemence happy to be the extra fullback there. The ball wouldn't run into the area. That's Stead. Now is Morris onside? No, he's not. Dalglish, and away by Hadley. Dudley, that would have been a ball. Still might be. No. It was a good ball. Certainly the intent was there to get the man free on the right. But you need rather more than intent to get through the Liverpool defence. It's got to have a little bit of vision with it. One or two anxious faces over towards the bench. I think Liverpool are going to make the substitution. Heighway certainly getting ready, and I would imagine they might be thinking about bringing off McDermott. Fell. Yates. Could be a 2 against 1 here if Hansen's not careful. Not only was he careful, he was clever. Souness. Hadley. Well played. Pountney now. The snow has mercifully stopped in the last 15-20 minutes, and there's some green grass to see now through the white patches. Fairclough and Hadley. Free kick given. Foul on Fairclough. Souness pushing it through, Dalglish. Case retrieving. So the substitution to be made by Liverpool. McDermott, the man pulled off. Not quite sure how he feels about that, but the man coming on is a familiar enough figure, Steve Heighway. He's got 12 minutes of time left to make an impact. Free kick given. It was Parker on Dalglish, and it wasn't taken from the right spot because the referee was actually standing right on the point of the foul there. Ray Kennedy is moving slowly towards the penalty area on the far side, which is where he's often very dangerous. Put his arms up there, as you saw. That was Ray Kennedy, and that was Mickey Stead. Hooked away by Hadley, up to Morris. There's Neal. That was given away. Laverick. Can he get Morris away? Here he is. There are 5 minutes left. It's still Southend 0, Liverpool 0. Liverpool with their sub on. This is Dalglish. Fairclough didn't take it in his stride. Case, he might now. Fairclough's through. And a very smart piece of goalkeeping by Cawston, showing that he's just as fast off his line as Ray Clemence. So the crowd trying to rouse the third division side to the dramatic finish. They've battled every inch of the way and done all that's been expected of them against Liverpool. No goals, but still time for something unexpected, perhaps, with about 4 minutes or so left on the watch. Yates. Nicely touched off. This is Laverick. And again Laverick. Foul by Dalglish. Oh, and my word, there's some kind of flare or smoke bomb or something been let off there by one of the... Well, it's happened at the end where the Liverpool supporters are congregating. And no doubt about the colour either. One or two policemen drifting in the general direction, but it looks to me as if it's smoke which clears very quickly indeed. Is driven by Fell, in again by Yates, up in the air by Moody, and coming out to Hadley. Oh, and a miss kick by Alan Hansen, and oh, and my word, there was an appeal for a penalty as well. Never mind the near miss. Parker took a tumble, and Liverpool for a moment had lost touch with each other there. There was a complete nonsense of a clearance, which Hansen managed to take away from his own player. And anything could have happened then, and very nearly did. Yates tries to find a way through the middle, and Morris is away. Well, it wasn't too difficult to save that for an England goalkeeper. Oh, the crowd are loving these last few minutes because Southend are throwing everything at Liverpool now. Parker on to Morris. Now, can Ray Kennedy get the ball away? He can. Only temporarily, though, straight to Hadley. Liverpool have still got some defending to do here, and those supporters hoping for the miracle in the last couple of minutes. Foot up there, indirect free kick for dangerous play to Southend. Now Now, can they steal it right at the end, the third division side? Laverick takes it, deflected slightly, away by Souness, volleyed by David Fairclough. A minute to go. Souness, nicely done. Thompson. And Liverpool could break here. In fact, they've got an extra man on the far side, which is, oh, Case has sliced it. He's trying to find that man on the left wing. Still a lovely atmosphere inside the ground on a very cold night. Thompson's header, Yates, Hansen up again. Dalglish is away. Heighway to his left, Fairclough through the centre. Still Heighway. Skids to a halt. And the referee has blown right on the 90-minute mark. There were no stoppages in the second half, and David Smith off the bench applauds his third division side, and rightly so. A very fine performance by Southend, and the manager leads the applause. Liverpool, used to this sort of test, responded firmly to the conditions, but Southend threw everything at them, had one very good chance in the first half, and at the other end kept Liverpool very much in control. So a replay next week at Anfield, probably Tuesday I would think, and a full-time score here at Roots Hall after a very competitive cup tie of Southend from the third division 0, Liverpool, the FA Cup favourites, 0.
Well, that replay at Anfield is not on Tuesday, as John Motson thought, but on Monday. Well, not many people would have